Have you ever really thought about what holds a family together, like the actual trust underneath it all? What happens when that foundation gets shaky? Not just one crack, but, I don't know, deliberate breaks. How long can something built on, like, deep deception actually last?
It's a fascinating question, and often the answer is not very long.
Yeah. Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're not just scratching the surface. We are going deep into what feels like a complete psychological implosion.
Yeah.
We're diving into a story that's so complex, so human in its messiness. It honestly feels like a tragedy you'd read about.
Absolutely.
Our source material tonight details the astonishing collapse of the Miller family. They seem totally ordinary, you know? Quiet Ohio suburb.
The classic picture.
Exactly. But this story, it really challenges what we think about family loyalty, and maybe more importantly, the damage secrets can do when they're left unspoken.
And what really jumps out from the narrative right away is how systemic the breakdown is. It's not just one mistake, one affair. It's this layered deception almost, feeding off itself, infecting the whole family unit from the inside out. It really forces you to question assumptions about closeness, about trust, and it shows how easily a shared home can turn into this shared prison of secrets.
That's a really good way to put it, a shared prison. So our mission today is to carefully unpack this whole tangled web, the secrets within the Miller house.
Right.
We'll look at what started it, the silences that let it grow, and then the devastating fallout for everyone. This deep dive, it's going to be a journey, I think, some really shocking turns. It pushes you to see how normal lives can hide these huge betrayals. So get ready, because this story, it really might change how you think about family secrets.
That's quite something.
Okay, so let's set the scene a bit, because the context here is, well, it's crucial. Imagine that quiet Ohio suburb, right? Perfect lawns, seems peaceful.
The stereotype.
Totally. And right there, this big, comfortable house, the Miller family home. And it wasn't just parents and kids, it was multi-generational.
Yeah, that's key.
You had Mr. Miller, the dad, getting older. He lived with his two sons, David, the oldest, and Ryan, the youngest. And this is important to catch the one. David's wife, Emily, lived there too.
Right. All under one roof.
Yeah. And there was some recent history. Mrs. Miller had passed away a few years back, and the daughter, Sarah, she'd moved out, got married.
So it left this core group. Father, two sons, one daughter-in-law.
Exactly. Seemingly tight-knit, you know?
And the sources, they give us this really specific detail about David, the eldest.
Oh, right. The work thing.
Yeah. He was your classic hardworking guy.
Yeah.
Corporate job downtown, long hours. His routine was apparently very fixed. Leave early, get home late. Which basically meant he had this distance, not just physical, but maybe emotional too, from the day-to-day life in the house. It wasn't just about the job. It unintentionally created this space, this absence, an opening, really, for things to happen without him knowing.
It paints such a vivid picture, doesn't it? Like this ideal suburban life on the surface. Big house, family.
The American dream.
Right. But David, the one working to provide it all, he's completely oblivious. Clocking in, clocking out while the foundations of his own life are just crumbling.
Yeah.
The irony is just, wow. His effort to create stability accidentally allows this huge instability to grow. You just wonder, how could he not see it living there?
Well, that observation about his routine, it really speaks to how these kinds of enmeshed family systems can operate. Secret to get tangled up.
Enmeshed systems. Yeah.
The outward appearance of everything being fine, reinforced by David being the reliable provider, it becomes this carefully built front.
A facade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His being away so much physically and maybe mentally checked out from the house dynamics, it inadvertently enabled the secrets. It shows how just being in the house doesn't mean you know what's going on. Trust is so vulnerable, even with family.
And that vulnerability, it's about to get completely demolished. The sources describe this one very ordinary weekday morning. David's already gone to work. It's just Mr. Miller, Ryan, and Emily in the house. Around midday, Mr. Miller's just walking down the hallway. Normal stuff.
Right.
Then he hears noises. Strange noises coming from Ryan's room. His first thought, the logical one, it's maybe music or the TV.
Sure.
But the source specifically mentions muffled voices and the rhythm of movement. That suggests something else. Something intimate, unsettling. He knew something wasn't right.
That feeling. Yeah.
That dawning realization must have been so jarring, like an alarm bell you try to ignore, but you can't. So his curiosity maybe mixed with this growing sense of dread, it makes him go to Ryan's door. He opens it.
Oh, boy.
And the source material puts it very bluntly. What he saw froze him. Can you even imagine?
Hard to picture.
He sees Ryan, his younger son, and Emily, his eldest son's wife.
Oh, wow.
Tangled in the sheets. Naked. On the bed. The sheer visual of that. It's like an emotional bomb going off. Your daughter-in-law, your son, the betrayal is just staggering.
Oh, that scene is incredibly powerful. And Mr. Miller's reaction, his internal struggle right then, it's so central to everything that follows.
Right. What does he do?
Well, for just a split second, his gut instinct is apparently to just explode. The source says, scream, rage, throw them both out.
Which is what you'd expect, the normal reaction.
Exactly. That primal response to such a massive violation of trust. But what he actually does is completely different. Chillingly different.
What?
He just quietly pulls the door shut. Heart pounding, obviously. But then he walks back down the hall with this strange calm.
He shuts the door on that.
Shuts the door. And the source says, he tells himself, I didn't see anything, life goes on.
No. Oh my God. Just denial or...
Well, psychologically, that decision to just squash the rage, it's almost a textbook example of cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance. Explain that a bit.
It's when you hold two conflicting beliefs or face information that clashes violently with your worldview. Here, his role is patriarch, upholder of morality. But what he just saw is pure chaos, immoral, transgressive. The clash is unbearable.
Okay.
So saying, I didn't see anything, isn't just denial. It's this deep act of self-preservation, trying to keep control, keep the normal facade up, even if it means burying this horrifying truth that would blow the family apart.
So he avoids it, protects the image.
Exactly. Avoidance. It shows this deep fear of confrontation, maybe.
Yeah.
And a desperate need to keep things looking okay, even when they're rotten inside.
But this is where the story just... it takes another massive twist, right? It gets even darker.
If that's possible.
We've just talked about his silence, how baffling it is, shutting the door. But the reason he did that, the reason he didn't explode, that's what completely unravels everything. Because Mr. Miller, the father, he had his own secret.
Oh, no. Don't tell me.
He, too, had been intimate with Emily, his son's wife, more than once.
Wait, stop. Hold on. The father, too?
Yes.
Not just the brother? Oh, my God. This isn't just an affair anymore.
No. It's like multi-generational betrayal entangled. I'm actually struggling to process this.
You too, that's very
The sheer audacity from Emily, and then the complicity, the shared guilt between the father and the other son.
It's almost unbelievable.
Emily, the perfect daughter-in-law on the outside. She's the center of this massive breakdown, this web.
The nexus point.
And David, the husband.
Yeah.
Complete, tragically unaware. I feel embarrassed for them. The shame, the discomfort. How did they even look each other in the eye? Share a meal?
It crosses a line from tragic into something grotesque almost.
Yeah. Grotesque is the word.
That revelation, it really is the core moment. It shifts everything. It's not just infidelity. It's this complex dynamic of shared culpability, a really destructive power imbalance.
Right.
Emily isn't just participating. She's central, navigating, maybe even manipulating the weak spots in the family.
You think manipulating?
Possibly. That perfect daughter-in-law persona the sources mentioned.
Yeah.
That sounds like textbook impression management.
Hiding in plain sight.
Exactly. Masking the systemic rot she's part of.
Yeah.
And crucially, this shared secret, the father and son, both involved with her, it wouldn't create unity.
Right.
No.
It would be toxic.
Totally toxic. It would breed resentment, immense psychological pressure, everyone holding everyone else's secret, like a pact of silence built on mutually assured destruction.
A ticking time bomb.
Precisely. Inherently unstable, destined to explode. That toxic dynamic just created the perfect storm for disaster.
And the sources say for months that bomb didn't go off. The secret stayed locked inside the house. This twisted pact holding them together.
The tension must have been suffocating.
Can you imagine the unspoken stuff hanging in the air, the looks between Emily, Ryan, Mr. Miller, each one knowing?
While David just goes about his life.
Oblivious.
Working hard, coming home to that.
Yeah.
The psychological weight of it, even before it came out, must have been immense.
Unbearable, I think.
But like we always seem to find in these deep dives, secrets like this, they rarely stay buried forever.
Especially not secrets this big. The bigger the secret, the harder it is to keep contained, right?
Oh.
And it's usually not some big dramatic reveal. It's something stupid. Human error.
Yep. The weak link.
One night, Ryan, the younger son, He goes out, drinking heavily with friends, typical guy thing, maybe. And the source says, quote, loosened by alcohol. He starts bragging, laughing even, about his wildest story, the affair, with his brother's wife.
Oh, Ryan. No.
No. The sheer carelessness after all that silence, all that tension, he just blurts it out like a party trick. It's honestly astonishing.
It absolutely is. And it just underscores how fragile these kinds of deceptions really are.
Totally.
The human element, especially, fueled by alcohol, it's almost always the point of failure.
Right.
Ryan, in that one drunken moment, just took a sledgehammer to the whole fragile, toxic structure they'd built.
No.
Once those words were out, no taking them back, they spread fast,
Friend to friend.
like wildfire, until
Inevitably.
someone told David, it's not just about accountability anymore. It's about the sheer destructive force of a casual comment. How wanting to look cool, even in a drunken boast, can just obliterate everything. Some secrets are just too big for human weakness to contain.
And when that truth finally reached David, oh man, the source says it struck like a thunderbolt, just wiped out his whole reality in an instant.
I can only imagine.
He confronts them, his family, looking for answers, probably denial, anything, only to find out it wasn't just his brother.
But his father, too.
His father, too. That second blow, finding out both of them with his wife, the depth of that pain, the humiliation, the confusion, it must have been crushing.
Unfathomable.
The source just says the truth shattered him. Not hurt him, shattered him. It wasn't just a marriage ending. It was his entire world, his trust, his family. Gone.
And that's the total system collapse right there.
Oh.
It stops being about individual acts and becomes the complete disintegration of the family unit itself.
Yeah.
The fallout was immediate and catastrophic. Marriage over. Divorce. The Miller house, once seemingly so stable, just broke apart. Irrevocably.
No going back.
None. The source is very clear. From that point on, none of them lived the same. And the individual outcomes. They paint a really bleak picture.
What happened to them?
David carried this huge weight of humiliation, heartbreak.
Yeah.
Ryan, consumed by guilt over the damage he caused. It's Mr. Miller. Lived out his last years, basically, under this cloud of shame.
And Emily.
Once the center, maybe the manipulator,
Yeah.
she became the symbol of its ruin. It's just a stark illustration of the long-term devastating impact of these choices, of the silence, how trying to bury truth just multiplies the pain for everyone down the line.
So what's the takeaway here? The Miller family seemed so normal, that quiet Ohio life, but they became this horrifying example of a house of secrets.
Utterly destroyed.
Yeah, destroyed by desire, sure, betrayal, yes. But maybe most importantly by the silence, the decision not to speak. It's a really sobering story. It shows how even close bonds can get twisted and then just broken completely.
It really does. And this deep dive, it forces us to ask a pretty tough question, I think.
Which is?
In our own lives, how much value do we place on things just looking normal? And what are the hidden costs? What are we or people around us paying to keep up those appearances? Good question.
The Miller story is just such a powerful, almost gut-level reminder of the incredible destructive power of secrets, of unspoken truths in relationships. It shows how trying to bury things, trying to force that silence, can actually lead to a much bigger explosion than facing the difficult truth head-on ever would have. It's a lesson in consequences, isn't it? Choosing denial often costs way more than honesty.
That is. Yeah, that's a heavy thought.
Yeah.
But important. The secrets we keep, the silence we choose,
Yeah.
sometimes that's the most destructive force, more than the truth itself, however painful.
Exactly.
It makes you really think about the price of those facades we build.
It does.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into what we called A House of Secrets Unpacked.
Thanks for having me. It was intense. It definitely was. Until next time, keep digging, keep asking questions, and keep thinking about those complex truths that shape all our lives.